shut up!
Oh my goodness, wasn't I just standing here? Well, we're back again because Marvel had their San Diego Comic-Con panel. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. So they opened up recapping their Kang and Sentinels. Don't need to talk about that. Just made a whole video on them. Now though, we're getting Lockjaw and Lady Girl. This is what happens when I jump out of bed and try and do this. Crystal, there you go. I know the character's name. My brain just farted there for a second. Lockjaw and Crystal. I really look, spoiler, I like the look of all of these figures. After having a bit of a bad taste in my mouth with the Arcade Sentinels, everything in these reveals, I think at least looks real nice. And this Lockjaw, this is a doggy heavy episode because we're starting with Lockjaw and we got a little pupper coming up soon as well. But I love what they've done with this. I think they mentioned Lockjaw's not super articulated, but does he really need to be? I'll be the first to admit, I don't really think so. He can stand up, he can sit down. That's all you need. So that's great. And Crystal looks beautiful. 2 different hair sculpts as well, so you can have relaxed and you can have going into battle. That's great. Also, I'm speaking a little bit softly here because it's not even 6 a.m. Your boy got up at 5 a.m. to do these because Hasbro insist on doing their panels when I'm asleep. So inconsiderate. So Lockjaw and Crystal coming in a 2-pack for you Inhuman fans. That's really great. Got the fire and the other swirly effect with Crystal. New swirly effects. Not the same old ones. That's nice to see as well. Good stuff. The 2 of them together. Lockjaw with the sparkly tuning fork. Really like what I'm looking at. So this is Fan Channel and Amazon. Pre-orders, stay tuned. Then, so many people were asking for a Gween Quicksilver. Well, there you go. You got a Gween Quicksilver. Doesn't do too much for me. It's a basic flat painted body. The head is nice though, and I like that they actually sculpted the wisps of hair on the front. That's quintessentially Quicksilver. They did a good job. And looking at the images here, of course, it's a pinless body, so that's all nice. I can't really argue like, they should have put more sculpting. Well, where? He's wearing a skin-tight costume. That's what Marvel Legends look like. And it's fine. And the face sculpt looks very kind of austere, like he's looking down on people around him, which is what Quicksilver does. So that's great. In the retro card packaging, the box looks kind of empty, but, that's just a graphic design thing, really. I'm not saying you should have had power effects. He's a speedster. So, yeah, it looks a bit empty, but that is what it is. And Wong, this is back to Hasbro being Hasbro. It's Wong in a 2-pack with the 3rd iteration of this Doctor Strange. I'm not saying I get it, but I can imagine if Wong was on his own, it'd probably be a bit of a peg warmer. I know that a lot of hardcore comic fans, we want Wong. But your average kid on the streets, random bald dude, maybe it's not going to be as enticing as a Deadpool or a Wolverine. So they're going to pack him with a Doctor Strange, try and make some more money back from that mold. But I bought the first one, the best one. I don't need another Doctor Strange. But if you really want a Wong, then you could probably sell this Doctor Strange pretty easily, and that's half the fun of Marvel Legends, is selling the stuff you don't want. At least I always think so. It's part of like being part of the community. We can all mumble and grumble together. But then we got this doggy. Such a good boy. I assume it's a boy. I actually don't know this pupper very well, but it's just so sweet. Doctor Strange has got the Dormammu head as well. It's a very pale and pasty Doctor Strange. I don't know if there's any kind of storyline implication to that or not. It's a lovely looking set. Just certainly a superfluous Doctor Strange. Again, on Amazon, but it looks... It's a nice set. But again, the 3rd go around for Doctor Strange. But now, the big one. For me, oh my goodness, it feels so good to be wrong. I'm so happy. I've said a million times, Disney are done with the Punisher. They ain't doing that logo anymore. They're not using Frank Castle. Too many negative connotations with the skull. They're going to step away. Boom! Color me wrong, baby, and I'm so happy. I got no... To be honest, one of the reasons I'm doing this video now is so I can put it out, so I stop getting messages from people saying, Dave, did you see they're doing the Punisher? You were so wrong. I know, and I'm happy to be wrong, because this looks great. Really, the more pictures I look at, the more I'm like, this is wonderful. With the bullets and the belts and the grenade, the guns, and then Bushwhacker. I don't know where Luke or Butch are, but we've got regular Bushwhacker. And he looks gnarly. I always thought Bushwhacker was a weird, cool, freaky, body horror type villain. Very Cronenberg-y. And Hasbro have lent into this. He looks gross. He's hard to look at. Got the mashed up, burnt face there. He looks real gnarly, and the morphing flesh guns. Ugh. So this is a fan channel Amazon 2-pack. And this is a 2-pack I don't mind. This is okay. Yes, we've got previous Punishers, but they old. I mean, the deluxe Punisher's lovely, but this is comic classic. The only thing I don't like, and this ain't Hasbro's fault, I guess this is what it looked like in Punisher War Journal. The eyes on the skull look so sad. You should have turned those eyes upside down. They'd look meaner. These eyes are like, sorry, I gotta kill you. But I'm sure that's just what it looks like in the comics. So I'm not knocking Hasbro. I'm just aesthetically, I would have liked meaner eyes. Maybe they've changed the eyes, so it's not technically the problematic skull logo. So technically, Dave is still right. No, I know, I'm kidding. But this looks great. I love it. If I didn't have a Mezco Punisher, I would buy the heck out of this. I'm still tempted to, because it looks great. Then we got a re-release of the Venompool Build-A-Figure, which is fine. I sold my Build-A-Figure, and I slightly regret it, because it is a great figure, and this one looks exactly the same, but with a much brighter, more popping red color, and I dig it. I think it looks nice. And it's one of those great ones. Take it or leave it. And yeah, I think a lot of people will want to take it. Deadpool's going to be pretty big. I mean, he already is, but going forward, there's going to be a lot of Deadpool love. Target exclusive on this one. Then they finally showed the Deadpool and Wolverine figures, but we kind of seen those already. And that's not even us being mean and showing leaks or anything. Hasbro themselves have had these on display in various other markets. So we can see those guys there. And still, they look nice. It looked good. What was a surprise, also Deadpool coming with the Headpool. That's kind of fun. So I don't consider this a spoiler now that Hasbro are literally, they're showing them all now, Comic-Con, so we're here. We got Civilian Wolverine. And that's an interesting one, because, I mean, I'm not knocking it. Again, you don't need to buy it unless you want to. So it's fine. It just, looks a little bit unusual, I guess. But there you go. It's out there if you want to have it. It looks weird with the blue X-Men boots on there, but it makes sense. That's what he would be wearing. And he's got the blue gloves tucked in his pocket. I like that. So it's a little extra have. Oh, that's the one with the Headpool. Okay, there you go. And yeah, they all look very nice together. Then Colossus. So many people asking for Colossus from the Fox movies. Boom, there you go. You got him. And he's big. I love the thickness. He's big, chunky. That's really, really great. So, well done, lads. That's real nice. I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with the little X-Men handbook as well. The different heads, the angry face. That's what you want. That's really great. And oh my goodness, we got an Outrider. We got an Outrider 2-pack. So many people still haven't got a Chitauri yet, but we've got Outriders from Endgame. I've got Cap there fighting them. They look cool. I'm not an MCU person, so I'm not too fussed, but it's nice to have these big army builders here, and they do look mean. They look very cool. I dig that. Funny that they're using comic book artwork for an MCU character on the front here, but I mean, the artwork's very pretty, so it is what it is there. Then we got the teasers. We got a shoe. Any suggestions would be much appreciated, because for me it looks like a Back to the Future 2 Marty McFly, so it's clearly not that. So give me your suggestions. And even this one, it's a spider, so Dave should know his spider characters, but I can't place this. And when someone points out to me what it is, I'm going to be real annoyed, because I'll be like, oh, of course it is. They were like, Dave, that's a Ben Riley thing. And I'm like, how could I have not known that? But no, so something spider related, but I can't place it at this point. So help me out in the comments there. And then the pièce de la résistance. We got Dragon Man. And the guys were kind of bragging how, like, oh, we could have made this a HasLab, but we chose not to. No, you couldn't have made this a HasLab because it's huge. Don't get me wrong, it's 10 inches tall, but you wouldn't have needed to make this a HasLab. This is a functional thing people will pay their money for, and just put it out like a normal product. Guess what? Folks are going to buy it. Simple as that. Don't need to be a HasLab. HasLabs need to be big. This guy is big, but he's not big. You know what I'm talking about? But he looks terrific. Oh my goodness. They've said that he's quite a way off. He's quite a way off. These are all just digital renders, stuff to whet your whistle, get you excited. It's going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. He looks gorgeous. He really, really does. I know it's just the Wenders. What is going on? It's just the Wenders, but the Wenders look lovely. They with the little glasses as well. The book he can be reading. Apparently changeable wings as well. I adore this. I've never even read. I've got to admit, never read a Dragon Man appearance in my life. But I like what I'm looking at. This is gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. And a heck of a lot cheaper than buying the old Toy Biz one. So that's a big one for you Fantastic Four fans. And finally, they wrap things up showing an image, a rotating, actual 3D render of Rom Space Knight. And again, this is one that was tied up in a lot of legal mumbo jumbo, kind of like Crystar. It was one of those figures where people were like, will we ever see this? The answer is yes. So this is going to be next year for Rom. Very early reveal, but man, it's another one that's going to make a lot of people happy. And folks, that does it for the Marvel recap. A lot of cool stuff there. No words on prices for different things though. I'm sure it's going to be expensive. But for me, the highlight's got to be Dragon Man and Punisher. That's awesome. This is model behavior. I couldn't run this channel if I wasn't comfortable being wrong. A lot. So seeing Punisher, that's fantastic. So guys, what do you think about these reveals? Comment below. Let me know. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Big time.